What's up, Nerdgenic Nation? Superhero nerd Aaron Waller here, and in today's video I wanted to talk about the continuing saga of confusion that is DC and the newly rebranded DC Studios shakeup as news, rumors, and more continue to swirl. In the past few days alone, DC news has been a whirlwind, for lack of a better phrase. Black Adam reportedly has lost out on $50 to $100 million, but then The Rock comes back and says that it was all noise and that they actually made $50+ million in profit, which of course the star of a movie, especially a superhero movie that wasn't a complete flop, made money. Then it was announced that Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman 3 was cancelled and not moving forward, just a mere 24 hours after its star had tweeted that she was thankful for playing the character for the past few years and was excited to share the next installment of the character's story. Which came as quite a shock to myself and others, considering that Wonder Woman's debut was one of the biggest highlights of the early DCEU, though her sequel didn't land quite particularly well. But now, even more recently, just before the recording of this video, apparently Wonder Woman 3 isn't cancelled, but director Patty Jenkins' script for the third installment was rejected, and she may not be returning for the third installment. Also during this media blitz of a time, Jason Momoa's tenure of Aquaman once again came into question, as the Aquaman sequel may be his last outing as the King of the Seven Seas before he transitions to another DC character of Lobo. This may not actually be too big of a surprise, as Momoa was very excited about something in a recent video that he couldn't talk about, but if you recall, Gunn did post on social media platform Mastodon a picture of Lobo just about the same time as Momoa's reaction. But this too could be a twist in the DC's story, as Momoa was highly praised for making Aquaman cool for possibly the first time in the character's history. And then with all of these stories dropping, fans took to Twitter and other social media platforms and immediately were calling for the new DC boss James Gunn to be fired and to bring back the Snyderverse, which I can't be completely mad at. It did have a lot of good things despite its rough run, and whether they do a soft reboot or a full reboot, the result is guaranteed to be a must-see. But now James Gunn himself has responded in a thread of tweets saying some of the news has been true, some half true, and some not yet decided. He said that his first month at DC had been fruitful, but planning the next 10 years of the DCU will take time, and though that they know they can't please everyone, that everything they do will be in service of the story and characters of the DC universe. So with all that craziness in the past few days, who's to say where these things stand with the DCU? Who knows who's actually staying, who's on the chopping block, and what changes we may see going forward? Honestly, only James Gunn, Peter Safran, and the higher ups at DC likely know, or maybe even are still deciding things as you watch this video. The only thing that I can say for certain is that whatever happens with DC Studios, it will have my attention nonetheless. And I want to see exactly what James Gunn said in his tweet: service done to the characters and the story. As to who plays who, I could really care less as long as they fit the character, or at least the very version of the character depending on the universe that they're in. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see Cavill, Affleck, Gadot, and most of the rest of the Snyderverse return while also keeping Pattinson's Batman series going on its own track. But if it ends up being for the better and DC can finally get a good amount of traction underneath it rather than constantly being undercut by Marvel and ridiculed by the masses, I would consider that a win. So those are my thoughts on the latest from the DCU, and now I want to hear from you in the Nerdgenic community. What did you think of this recent news? Do you believe it? Who do you want to be safe? What stories do you want to see in this new and improved 10 years of DC? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos from me or the rest of the Nerdgenic team. And also be sure to give us a follow across all social media platforms at Nerdgenic. That way you don't miss out on any special news, announcements, or articles at nerdgenic.com. But in the meantime, if you want even more video content from us, check out one of my latest videos right over here, or for a change of pace, check out one of Russ's video game videos right over here. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, we really do appreciate it, and we hope to see you in the next video.